we are here at part 28, inside Jabu Jabu's belly. I hate this place, 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 I hate this place.
Fuck this place, fuck this place, fuck this place.
For the record, the first third of this dungeon is not that bad. It really isn't.
It's only when you run out of easy things to do that this dungeon becomes painfully challenging.
Yes.
I never cared for this dungeon. I dreaded this dungeon on every playthrough I've made through this game. Because it's just so big.
It's big, it's long, and it wants you to know it. Shame that there's no reason for me to use that there right now.
Right now, yeah. Gerda and I are both in agreement. This is the Oracle of Ages equivalent of the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
In pretty much every aspect. It's convoluted, it's gonna take you fucking forever to get through, and yes, there is a water level changing gimmick in both of those dungeons.
Yes, and the switch hook is not long enough to reach that.
Fuck!
It looks like it's long enough to reach that.
I know, it's like you get the sense that, like, they fucking nerfed the length of the switch hook just for this dungeon. It works just fine everywhere else.
Yeah.
Sabotage!
Moving around that block does nothing.
Look at all this.
Does nothing.
Look at all this
does
black
nothing.
water. No, you can't push things while you're a mermaid.
Oh, but you can if you happen to have a key.
Right? Oh, wait.
I spent 1 hour in this dungeon waiting around, remembering that I can't push blocks while underwater, and then, because I already had the small key, there was the only thing that I could do. This dungeon is incredibly linear, but that doesn't mean you'll know what you're doing. Oh no.
This dungeon, no, I gotta disagree with you there. There's nothing linear about this dungeon.
Oh, it's definitely linear. It's just incredibly roundabout in its linear pathway.
Yes, roundabout, exactly, because you're gonna be going around in circles for fucking hours just trying to figure out where you're supposed to take the exit.
Yeah, but the thing is, a progression in the dungeon is remarkably linear. There's a certain series of events that you have to go through.
Oh, please, you gotta tell me something more useful than that, man.
He won't. He doesn't know anything more useful than that.
Where do I start? Where do I end? Where's anything? Do not jump down that ledge.
But I have to go down the stairs.
Fuck. Do you?
Yes, I must go down the stairs.
Fucking jellyfish.
You see, I haven't explored this part of the dungeon yet, so I don't realize that I can't progress through this path yet. You see, my switch hook, which was working just perfectly throughout the rest of the game, is suddenly having competency issues. My poor switch hook! It is so awesome, but it's not long enough to reach that!
No! Let the jump cuts begin. You have to... First you have to figure out how to lower the water level, because you can't...
Which requires you being at the very top of the dungeon.
At the very top of the dungeon, because you can't push blocks while you're a mermaid.
Thankfully, these are not bottomless pits. I don't remember that right now, but they're not bottomless pits.
Oh my god, you thought that you would get sucked down into those?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And because I have the compass already, you're going to be hearing that particular chime in almost every room.
Fuck you, jellyfish. Go die.
This dungeon fucking sucks.
This dungeon does fucking suck. If there is a top 10 list of the top 10 worst dungeons in any Legend of Zelda game, this would have.
This is number 1 through 9.
Right. fuck,
with number 10 being the water temple, because quite honestly, I've heard some people that actually really like Ocarina of Time say that, you know, the water temple is just a scare tactic for noobs.
Yeah, the water temple, mind you, the water temple is challenging. It's not like stupidly hard like some people would have you believe. Also, fuck these guys.
They don't drop anything. They lunge at you, they take way too much damage, and they're really easy to avoid.
It's scary. They're very scary. Oh god, these things. The eyes can see you.
Oh look, I don't have a small key. I wonder what I'm supposed to... Hey, the one puzzle I can actually solve right now.
You can solve this shit?
Yes, you can solve this puzzle.
Screw that. I can complain about any other thing that you get stuck on in this game. This dungeon has no excuse. No excuse for doing any of these things to you. This is pure torture. Not only that, but the music just makes you feel hopelessly lost the entire time.
Yeah.
It's not even like the crown dungeon. How the hell? Oh, they just had to be in front
It's the symmetry puzzle,
Symmetry,
dude.
Yay.
Jump cut, damn it. Jump
Stop
cut.
looking at me, eyeball statues.
But that's the only puzzle. That's the only puzzle I could solve right now, because...
Well, now you can go to the key block.
Yes, now I can go to the key block.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand how linear... Yes, Pasquerda, you can't go over the pits, god damn it. I'm starting to understand what you meant by the linearity of this dungeon. It's just that whenever you open up the next pathway, it's on the other...
You have to check everything.
You have to check everything. You have to go to the other side of the fucking dungeon to find the door that you just opened. Jesus Christ. Oh look, the walls pulsate because we're inside a fish. Who gives a shit?
Don't bother fighting the damn Dodongos. They're not worth it.
Don't use the switch hooks on them.
Well, if I don't use the switch hooks, I just end up bouncing them around all over the place because they're immune on 3 sides.
These things can't be destroyed, period.
Indeed. Okay,
we're on the top floor.
We're up to the next floor.
Yeah. This is also one of the few dungeons in the game that actually has more than 2 floors. Because for some reason, Lord Jabbo Jabbo is a fucking triple-decker high-rise.
Indeed.
A fucking penthouse suite. Hey, you wanna live here?
Alright. We have receded all of the water, so the water is only, on surface level at floor water.
Hello, Ocarina of Time Water Temple. We didn't miss you. No, we didn't.
The internal flow flows with blue and recedes with red.
Owl, just shut up. Just shut up, Owl. Okay, you go south and oh god, now there's no water.
Switch hook over there.
You can't reach that.
Yes, you can.
Oh god.
Now switch hook over again. Damn it!
What? Oh Christ! Fuck.
Mind you, that's just a key up there. That's not a key, mind you. I think it's either a gacha seed or a ring. I get it later, or is that the rupee chest? I think it's actually the rupee chest.
If that is a gacha seed chest, I am gonna flip shit. Because that's one of those things where it's like, you fuck up the first time, and then you realize that it's a scrolling room, and you couldn't see it because it had to fucking scroll first. It's like, oh, I'm gonna remember that. Do. I'm all the way back. I go and get the thing. Da. Fuck you, game!
There is one thing that I really want to compliment about the Oracle of Ages in particular. It has the Cane of Samaria, and it knows when the hell to actually use it. Because in Link to the Past, the Cane of Samaria was very rarely used, and honestly, it was pretty much used only when it was absolutely required.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it had more uses in Link to the Past, so...
It did, yeah, because you could make platforms with it in A Link to the Past. In this game...
No, you can make exploding missiles with it.
You make both floating platforms and exploding missiles.
Yes. Why the hell is this room filled with spikes? That room should not be filled with spikes.
Because switch hooks. They're trying to hammer it into your head that you need to use the switch hook in this dungeon.
I'm hungry, damn it.
I want some fish. I hope...
Can we eat this fish?
I hope Jabu Jabu didn't hear me say that just now. What is Jabu Jabu doing or thinking while you're in here?
Oh, he's not doing or thinking anything. Alright, and this is where I got stuck for a full hour. Well, not in this particular room, but very.
Wait, are you not supposed to press that button?
You are supposed to press this button. But in order to get to the room that you need to go to, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon, get yourself all back up to almost this exact spot, and then walk down. Because we need another small key.
Oh boy, okay.
No, we can't go there yet. We're not at level 2.
The question on everyone's mind is this dungeon worse than Toki Island?
Yes, this dungeon is worse than Toki Island.
Yeah, I have to agree. We even said that Toki Island was the low point in the game. No, the game amazingly actually hit a new low in one of the final acts of the game.
Jabu Jabu's dungeon is so long.
It's stupidly long and confusing to get through.
But it's so goddamn linear. There's not a lot that you can do in this damn dungeon.
But you have to fucking discover where it is that you need to go and what you have to do. That's what sucks about it. You're never in the right place.
See.
You know what really sucks about doing this dungeon? Is when you save and quit, you shut your Game Boy off, you come back, and you have absolutely no idea where the fuck you've been or where you're supposed to go. Because that's what I had to go through when I played this.
Yeah, to be honest, do this dungeon in one sitting if you can.
Yeah.
Because otherwise everything gets reset.
Not reset, but...
I know at the very least the water levels get reset.
The water level gets reset, yeah, but you can't remember what... You can't remember anything. You have to, like, write the shit down. You have to go out of your way to take extraordinary measures to make sure you don't get lost. This dungeon sucks.
Yes, this dungeon sucks.
The 8th dungeon! The dungeon that comes right after this, the last real dungeon of the game, is easier than this dungeon!
Much easier, in fact.
Much easier than this dungeon!
I mean, the only thing that's got going for it is that it's incredibly convoluted, but this has got incredibly convoluted and extremely linear game design. The other dungeon is actually mostly freeform.
The ancient tomb doesn't make you go... The ancient tomb doesn't make you go to the other side of the fucking dungeon every time you need to progress. It's just, everything is relatively close nearby, and you just have to figure out how to proceed. It's not, like, this game, this whole dungeon is just made of padding.
Padding.
It's
padding.
It's supposed to make you comfortable. It just squeezes the life out of you, though.
Yep, I'm showing this room off again. And in the next part, we'll continue through hell. Or Jabu Jabu's belly, whichever is hotter.